Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chidimma Obom. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to wig a bouncy coil wig to achieve a higher density, a fuller density. So stay tuned. First of all, I style the closure. I had to coil the closure because I vetted the closure myself. So after styling it, we'll go ahead with wigging the closure. We'll go ahead with sewing the closure on the mesh net cap. So before you sew the closure, you have to make sure you put it in place and hold it in place with pin, so that once you start sewing, the closure won't be shifting. Because if you don't hold it in place with a pin, it might shift to another side. Maybe after making the closure, you find out that the closure is by the side or is not straight. So that is why it's important that you hold it down with a pin while you go ahead to sew the closure. As you're sewing the closure, follow the hairline of the closure vetting. Because this is a 5x5 closure, the way you sew it so that you make sure that the closure is at the center of the wig is when you sew one side first, before you sew the back part of the closure, you come back and sew the other side. So you first of all sew the two sides first before you go ahead to sew the back side of the closure. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So the two sides first. You know that the closure has four sides. The one side is the one in the front, so then the two sides and then the back. So you don't sew the one in front. So what you do is to first of all sew the two sides before you sew the one at the back, so that you make sure that the closure is in place. Can you see? I sew the two sides. Then I'm going to use one of the needles and thread to continue. I didn't cut it off because I wanted to be sure that they are all equal before I go ahead to knot and tie it. And remember, in wig making, when you pick a little, you turn it 2 times before you knot it. You're doing like that so that it will not remove along the way. So this is the bundle. This is a bouncy coil wig. Because this is a coily wig, we're not going to give any space. We'll start from the back of the net, tip of the net. We'll start from one side and sew the tip of the net to the other ear, from one ear to the other. Because this is a coily wig, we are not going to cut off any part of it. We are not trimming it. We want it to be as long as possible. So that is why we started sewing from there, because we want to achieve a full long wig look. We want to make a wig with a very high density. That's why we are sewing it at the tip of the mesh net. We sew from one ear to the other. When you get to where you will turn it, you will sew it directly on top of the next one, as if you just folded it together. You know how you fold a wig and it appears? That's how we are going to do it there, and it appears there like had it been you're taking two to sew. So because we are using one here, as you're folding it, when you fold it, you pick directly under where you sew the first one, so that the second one will just be as if you folded two wigs to sew. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did here when I get to the next one. So because we want this wig to be full, we are not going to give too much gap at that back. when we sew, the gap we'll be giving is not even going, it's not even going to reach 1/4 inch. So you don't give too much gap, so that, because once it's full behind, the density, it will show a higher density. We want to achieve a higher density. That's the goal. So that is why we are going to make sure that it's full. So can you see what I'm doing now? I'm turning it here. When you turn it this way, it won't have bumps. Even though this is a coily wig, if it has bump, it won't be obvious. But you know, you want to achieve a very clean look. And as you're making a wig, pick a little bit of the net with your needle and thread, because we want to achieve a fuller density. After we made the first 2 lines, we folded the first lines we made, we did not fold it. But after we finished that line, that strand of wig, we folded it into two. Because when you fold the wig to make it, it will be very full behind. And is that behind, that's what is going to determine the density of the wig and the length of the wig. So that was why we folded this thing into two. And while making a wig, if you're looking at me, you see that before I knot it, I always draw the strand of the wig, so that it will be tight, so that it won't be puffy when you wear it. Sometimes you see some people wearing wig, you find out that it's not smooth when you touch it. It will be puffy somewheres, like in some part of it. That's why you, once you pick the needle and thread and you want to knot it, you hold the human hair and draw it tight, so that it will be in a tight straight line. So after folding wigs and doing like two and finishing that line, you see how full it is now. We will go ahead with taking it, spreading it one, because this is a coily wig, we want it to be full. As you're getting to the middle of the wig sewing, the middle of the head, you will start giving gap, so that the wig will be enough. You don't want to sew all the, you don't want a situation where you will sew all the hairs behind, and when it gets to the close to the closure part or the finishing line, you find out that the hair is no longer enough. You will now be forced to start losing some from the back and bringing it forward. So what you will do is, once you sew like 5 lines behind, those ones you want that will give the hair the density, you can now start giving space, small space, as you go forwards, so that you will ensure that the human hair will be enough for the wig making. If it remains and there are places that you have gaps behind, you can cut it off, you can cut off the remaining one and place it in that place that there are gaps. So it's better, once you're getting to the finishing line, you start giving a little gap, so that you will make sure you will gauge the hair you have with your eyes, so that you know if it will be enough. Remember to pick a little bit of the net with your needle and thread so that the wig can fit any size of head. If you pick too much, you reduce the size of the wig cap. And some people that have a bigger skull, it will be tight on their head. That is why it's good you pick a little bit of the net with your needle and thread, maybe 2 or 3 highest. Don't pick anything more than 2 or 3 lines of the net holes so that it can fit any size of head. If it's too tight, if it's too loose, if it's loose on the customer's head, you can shape it. Please, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If there's any wig style you want us to do in this channel, please leave it in the comment section. Please share this video to your friends. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I noticed that more than 50% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. And because I don't have up to 1,000 subscribers, YouTube is not paying me. So please help me get to 1,000 subscribers so that my channel will be monetized. Share this video to your friends, please. Help a sister. When you get to this closure part, the last part you're going to be sewing, you will sew it on the closure net so that there won't be any space in case if the closure lifts. You don't want to be seeing this white closure net under your wig. Just sew it on the net, directly on the closure net. I'm not just sewing it on the net. So I pick the mesh net and also pick the closure net so that it will be strong. Okay guys, thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye. You see that I will have excess here. I'm going to cut off this excess and put it behind and sew it somewhere behind the wig. If you get to the last part of the wigging, you sew it backwards again so that it will be strong, so that it won't lose.